Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Manchester City 3, Spurs 3 in what has been a spectacular Premier League Sunday. What a title race we've got. Let's get that up on the screen straight away. It's been a fantastic weekend if you're an Arsenal, Liverpool fan and a Spurs fan, I suppose, as well. They've stopped the rot, 3 losses in a row, and who'd have thought they'd get something at the Etihad. But look, we wax lyrical so much about tactics and changes, and I've got to say, Ange absolutely schooled Pep Guardiola at the Etihad today. And some people might have seen it subtly. If you watch the watch-along, you'll know about it and you know what I'm going to talk about. But first half, Man City, I think they had 10 shots to 2. They dominated Spurs and went in 2-1 up. Could have been 3-1 up. Could have been 4-1 up. In the second half, it changed completely. Man City didn't have as many shots. Spurs had more, and they had more possession as well. Why was that? Because Ange made a tactical sub of the decade today. Probably of the weekend, if I'm being fair. He took off Gil, who had a bad first half. He moved Lo Celso from a holding role into a more advanced role, aka the Maddison role, and he brought Højbjerg on next to Basuma. They got better control of the midfield and they got better control of the game, and Man City became a more redundant attacking force. It was a fantastic bit of management by Ange, and some might say that Ange gets overrated by the press because he's a new coach, but as much as he might be overrated, there are certainly aspects to his management style that are to be admired, and we saw that today. It was a really deserved point for Spurs across the game, especially when you consider the goals that they conceded with a defence which isn't very good. 2 of the goals are defensive mistakes, and one of the goals was an own goal. So I think Spurs justified the point today, more than justified it in the second half. And this is absolutely fantastic for the title race. As we know, Liverpool, 10 minutes to go, 3-2 down to Fulham at Anfield. Could have been another amazing away result that not many predicted. But Liverpool found the momentum to win that game 4-3 and keep that momentum going. Arsenal obviously winning yesterday. So this is a fantastic result. And it, as the more points Man City drop, the better for this title race. What's going wrong with Manchester City? Well, look, they've got to look at themselves there. They didn't deserve to win that game. And there's going to be a load of reaction. And we saw the petulance. The petulance of Man City is hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I get it. I've seen Man United be a winner for years under Sir Alex Ferguson. You get things go your way, and when things don't go your way, you act very angrily because that's a winning mentality. It is somewhat funny though, because when I think about the decisions that Man City have had go their way this season, red cards, soft penalties, offside goals, they've had a lot of things go their way this season, and then something glaringly didn't go their way. I mean, let's talk about it. Foul on Haaland, they play on, Grealish is through 1-on-1, and suddenly the referee who goes play on suddenly says, no, I'm going to blow up. I don't know why. It was inexplicable. It was play on. I don't know whether Grealish goes and scores. I don't know whether Ben Davies would have caught him, but he was through 1-on-1, and I don't know why the referee did that, and it was a bad decision. But it's about time Man City had some of this. Arsenal have had it. Liverpool have had it. Chelsea have had it, Man U have had it, Brighton and Wolves get it most weeks. Welcome to the club, Man City. But the way they react to it and the way they charge the referee all the time, I do think it's about time the FA took a look at Man City, because they get away with a lot. And the crowding of the referee there and the crowding of the referee looking for a soft penalty at the end, maybe Man City, maybe justice finally caught up with Man City today, because they were robbed. It was a bad decision on the Grealish thing, but everybody else has that most weeks. So I have no sympathy with Man City there. I understand their petulance. I understand that because they're winners. And that's why they do so well. They get away with a lot because they are determined to win. But there's no doubt in my mind that Spurs deserve to get a result today. And as I said, that half-time tactical change changed the game. First half, Man City probably should be 3 or 4-1 up. But to come away from that, we said it before the game, that Spurs were going to concede goals. And they conceded 3 goals. So therefore, you've got to score 3 to get back in the game. And they deserved it. They were clinical with their chances. There's a bit of luck on the Kulusevski one. I think it goes off his shoulder. But the Lo Celso and Son goals, they took their chances. And is there a point to be said here that Edison's overrated? I mean, I think he should save both of those first 2 goals. Not to take anything away from Lo Celso and Son. They've hit them well, but they're not unsavable, and he didn't save either of them. What are your thoughts on Man City? Why are they dropping so many points? And what does that mean for Spurs now? Can they find a way back into the top four race? They've been dropping like a stone since the injuries to Romero and Van der Ven and Maddison. But with Lo Celso stepping up, can he become the Maddison? Can they play Højbjerg and Bissouma and use Lo Celso as the Maddison? And Romero should be back soon as well. So can they start to solidify again? Because one thing that's very consistent about Spurs is despite their injury problems and their squad depth issues, they still do try and play football in a good way. It's not like they've stopped playing good football. They're still trying to play good football. And maybe this can be a boost for Spurs, who have been dropping perilously down the table. Have they stabilised now, and can they start to move up again? Because Aston Villa today, late equaliser against Bournemouth, that could be a big point for them. I know Villa fans will be disappointed, but I still think that could be a big point for them. And guess what's next for Villa on Wednesday night? Man City at Villa Park, where they've got an amazing record, and Man City don't have Rodri. Can Villa take advantage of that? Because if they do, when we look at that league title race, what a title race. If Man City could drop points against Villa at on Wednesday night, and Liverpool and Arsenal go and win, you could be talking at about a 5-6 point gap at the top, which would be absolutely fantastic. The more points Man City drop, the better. And they've dropped a few this season already. In relation to the other games this weekend, big shout out for Chelsea, down to 10 men at 2-1 at half time, win the game 3-2. And Liverpool, as we say, title races are won by those sort of games. Everybody always thinks title races are what you do against Man City or what you do against Arsenal. It's not. I said this on the watch along. As a Man United fan, I've seen many title races. I've seen many title races won, and I've seen a couple not won. And the bottom line is, titles are won with them Fulham games, because there are always 3 or 4 of these every season where you should win, but you don't play well. And instead of drawing, you have to turn them into wins. And that's what Liverpool did today. And I still am slightly in awe of what Klopp's done with Liverpool this season, because I still think people see this Liverpool team as the team that was challenging City a couple of years ago. And it's not. It's an evolution. That midfield has been rebuilt. The core of the team has been rebuilt. And the way he's rebuilt it and able to turn it into a title race team so far in its first season deserves a lot of credit. And they seem to have got their mentality as back as well. So, look, we're creeping towards Liverpool-Arsenal at Anfield in a few weeks' time, just before Christmas, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out. Anyway, get your comments in below. What were your thoughts on the Premier League this weekend? Lots of talking points. Do you agree with what I've said? Get your comments in below. And are Man City as strong as they used to be? And if not, why? Let us know. Is it just De Bruyne? Is that the issue? He's a big loss. Speak to you all in a bit. Smash a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. Well done to Spurs.